Hello, this is Dr. Debbie Morris, and I am recording this video for new faculty members at the Methodist University PA program, especially adjunct faculty members, to give you some guidance on just a few very simple things that will help you as you begin teaching here. The first has to do with your Methodist password and access to Canvas, which is our learning management software. And I'm starting here on the Methodist University webpage, which is simply methodist.edu. When you are on the Methodist University webpage, you will always see a menu. I'm trying to get my cursor here. So it's up in the upper right corner. And if you click menu over here down the left side, we have a lot of different options. The option I want to talk about first is Canvas. Canvas is an important part of how we teach. It's where we store all our materials and how we best communicate with students. And to get to Canvas, let me go back and just show you that again. To get to Canvas, we go to Menu and we go to Canvas. And when we click on Canvas, we get to this login page. On this page, you will enter your Methodist email username, which you will have gotten in, hopefully in an email or from the program administrator. If you don't know it, it's most likely your first initial and last name. Sometimes it'll be two first initials and last name. And your password. If you don't know your password, you can change your password on this page. And there are a couple resources here. There is a password changing utility where you put in your email, which would be that username at methodist.edu, and then you do your little verification that you're a human being. So you would type in 4SPY and then next. And I'm not going to do that because I don't want to change my password right now, but it will take you to a page where you can change your password. If that doesn't work, you can send an email to help@methodist.edu, which will get you in touch with the IT people, or you can call the help desk at this number. So I hope that's helpful, because one of the issues that we often find is that people coming in maybe have some trouble with their Methodist email, and this is the best way to figure that out. All right, but to get to Canvas, we're in this Shibboleth login service. To get to Canvas, you just hit login, and it will take you to your Canvas home page. Now, because I participate in different ways in many courses as a member of the academic team, I have a whole lot of courses on my dashboard. Most of you will have a single course on your dashboard. When you were invited, when that course was set up for you, you received an invitation to the course. If you have hit the button in the email to accept, you'll see it somewhere here as an unpublished course, and we can talk about that a little bit more later. But eventually you will have a published course. You click on your course, and you will have a number of options. You should work with your course director, who is assigned by the academic team or the didactic team, to help you set up your Canvas page. There are things that we can do to help you. We can copy the materials that were used in the previous year. We can add assorted tools. We can simplify things. But the most important things will be here. If you need to send an announcement, you click on Announcement, and you add announcement. You give your announcement a title, you type the text here, and when you hit publish, it will send an email to all of the people in the course, which will be the students and the people on the academic team like me and Mrs. Castleberry, although I probably won't be around anymore. But everybody will get that announcement. So they will get it in an email, but it will also show up as an announcement on that home page when each person logs into your course. So they theoretically have a couple opportunities to see it. The university has organized our courses into modules by weeks, and how your modules look will vary from course to course. I'm going to leave my course because I have an awful lot in my modules that most of you won't have, and I'm going to go to a simpler course. Let's go to I'm looking for pharmacology and I don't see it. Usually I have it right up there. Okay, let's go to pharmacology. And in pharmacology, we pared down the modules, and all of the courses have this instructor module. And I would like to tell you that there is some very useful information in here. So you can use this information to learn about how to use Canvas and how to add things and so forth. But in this case, we have organized this course by weeks, and Dr. King has more than one chapter in each week, and she adds to her PowerPoints and other information to each chapter. So how is that done? Well, let me go back and show you. In week 1, if I wanted to add an additional chapter, I would hit this plus button and I would add a page. Okay, that's a page. I would call my page chapter 25. Whoops, sorry. I would call my page chapter 25. Well, I called it chapter 35, but let's call it chapter 35. And I will add the item. And when I do that, there is now a chapter 35 here. This no sign indicates that the only person who can see this now is me. The students can't see it. It's not published. But I want to add some material to my chapter 35. Now, I can do that by clicking on chapter 35, and it takes me to a page. And I want to edit that page. I can do all kinds of things here. I can type a message. I can tell them give them information. Don't forget to take the quiz. And if I like, I can use this link sign, find a course link, link it to a quiz, pull up whatever quiz, and we'll talk about that a little later. I am right now going to pull up quiz 4. And once it's published, that quiz will be there for the students. This quiz, actually, I'm just going to leave it. It is not published, but I also want to add material here. I can add an assignment. I could put a sub-page, but what I most often do is add a document, and that document is often a PowerPoint. To add a document, I go to this document symbol, I click on it, and I say upload document. Then I go to my files. Let's see, I have a zillion files, and you will see how embarrassingly disorganized I am. My file folder doesn't want to open. There it is. And so here I have a little PowerPoint, Lecture 6 Q&A. And I can just drag that right over here and drop it. And when I submit, that PowerPoint is going to become available to the students. I could add a picture. I could add a link to a web page. Let's say review this web page and make that a link. And I'm just going to put a link here to the Methodist web page. And now, once that's saved, if the students were to click on that, let's save it. If the students were to click on that, it would open the Methodist University webpage. If the student was to click on this, it would open an internal view of the PowerPoint that I posted. If I click on this, it will download the PowerPoint that I posted. So that's basically how you build a page within your module in Canvas. It's not hard. It takes a little practice. As I said, in every course under modules, there is a good deal of information to help you learn a little bit about Canvas, including videos. So it will talk about how you make assignments, how you make discussions. I'm going to talk briefly about grades. Whenever you make an assignment or a quiz, it will show up here in a grade book. In this course, there are a lot of things that aren't going to be used, but there are going to be some quizzes, there are going to be some exams, and your course director will have helped you set up the grade book in such a way that it will compute the grades for you, and all of the students in the course will be listed here. So you don't have to do this, but you can come here to look at things. What else should we look at? Sometimes you're going to potentially need to teach remotely. The times that I have had that happen are sometimes I'm home after surgery or sick or unable to come in, but I still want to teach. Also, sometimes we have storms or other events that the university has to close for. When the university closes, we try to keep moving because in the PA program we have such a lot of material to teach in such a limited amount of time, and teaching remotely is something that I think all of the students are used to now and that we often want to do. So I'm going to go back to edit for this page and show you how to set up a link to teach remotely. This little plug icon will take you to a number of apps. Some of them are apps that you won't ever use. Most of them are apps that you won't ever use. The two that I use, and the reason they're showing, and I've accidentally clicked ChemVantage so it's showing, but are Teams meetings and YouTube videos. For Teams meetings, which is how we teach remotely, you click Teams meetings. It might make you sign in again. I don't think it will make me sign in again. Oh yeah, it's going to make me sign in again because I've got 2 Outlook accounts. And then create meeting link. I decide when this meeting's going to be. So let me say it will be next Monday at 1 p.m. And let's say it will last 2 hours. And let's say it's Farm Chapter 35. And we hit create. And when you do that, it has made a link for the meeting. Now, you could start a meeting right now if you wanted to, but usually they're going to be in the future. And so at the very least, you have to hit copy to allow a link for that meeting to show up on this page. Before I do that, I want to show you one other thing. Meeting options will simplify your life by getting rid of the waiting room that seems to be a default for these meetings. So or the lobby. I'm going to say everyone can bypass my lobby. The other thing is that sometimes you might want people to present other than yourself to be able to share their screen. So you can change that. You don't have to. And those are the only things I usually change. But once that's saved, it's easier for people to check into the meeting. But when I hit copy, there is now a link to that meeting. I'm going to save my page. And I'm going to click on that link. Now, there are different ways to do the meeting. You can do the meeting in the browser. You can do the meeting in the Teams app. I think it's opening my Teams. My Teams is open, but I want to a lot of people aren't going to want to download Teams. And you obviously need a microphone. It's helpful to have a camera. Most of us these days have laptops with cameras and microphones built in. But I just kind of want to show you what it'll look like when you get there. Okay. And I have my camera turned off. I'm embarrassed to turn it on because I just finished mowing the lawn. It's not going to let you see my dirty self. That's just as well. But you can turn on your camera. You can control your audio. And I'm going to get out of there. And we're going to go back to this page. Now, if you want to remove things, you do edit. And it's a lot like working with any Microsoft document. You can highlight it, backspace, and it goes away. And then save. I can remove the whole thing by just saying delete. And I'm going to do that because we won't use that. So I am hoping that this was helpful for just a very quick orientation to how to sign into Canvas and how to begin to use Canvas as a tool for teaching. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next video.